Usman, what did that 100 mean to you today?
It's 100 for Australia, so it meant a lot. It wasn't fun getting ducked first innings, and then feeling like you let your team down a little bit at the start because you knew it was going to be hard, and then it was really nice to see the other guys get runs, but at the same time I knew I sort of missed out on a few runs there too. So to get runs back in and set this game up, hoping for the bowlers to finish it off tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Have you felt the pressure building up as the summer went on?
Not from the outside, only from anything I put on myself. I guess just being around and getting lots of starts and stuff during the summer was tough. I've had a tough summer. I've had a lot of stuff going on off the field, which has made things a lot tougher, and it's been really nice to have my wife Rachel around with me majority of the tours, and she's been awesome. Just to have her around and to go and travel with me, and she's sort of been my rock throughout the whole thing. And cricket it's been frustrating, the Indian series, especially losing 2-1. It was a bit better last game because we won, but at the same token you always want to feel like you're contributing, and that's probably the hardest thing throughout the summer, just getting lots of starts and not going on with them. So it was nice to get a start today and go on with it.
Had that off-field stuff been getting to you a little bit, Uzi?
Yeah, it's been tough. So, it's something that you don't expect to happen. You think, my family's very close to me and I'm very close to my family. So, at some level, yeah, I think it made it tougher to just go out and try to concentrate and execute my skills. But at the same time, while I was playing cricket, I sort of you sort of forget about everything because you're only concentrating about cricket. But at the same token, it's very taxing. It has been very taxing mentally, and that's why I said Rachel's been great. Just being around and trying to take my mind off things, and feeling a lot better now than I was probably a month or two ago. But it's been a tough couple of months off the field.
Mitch, gee, you're bowling fast, mate. Did you think those wickets were just, a little bit away, or they would come, or it's something you've had to work really hard to sort of...
Yeah, I guess, I've been working on it a fair bit the last little bit. Had a nice or really good session with Andre Adams before the Sri Lankan series, who's obviously at New South Wales, and talking to a few people quite close to me who I've worked with over the number of years, and sort of putting the rest of the coaching, the 450 coaches I've had in the last 3 weeks to the side, and going back to what I know best, and sort of I'm my own best coach and know what works for me best. So, I guess the one for me this week was just to run in and try and bowl fast, and I think wickets are a wonderful thing. They sort of help everything as well, and sort of found a bit of swing there today as well. So. Look, it's been I guess the last few weeks haven't gone to plan, but I think much the same as Uzi, it's nice to see that the work eventually does pay off and you stick to it long enough, and it's been fantastic to have the backing of everyone in the change room, which is, I think, I'm sure Uzi agree, it's probably the main thing for us is it doesn't matter what's said outside, as long as the boys in the room have got your back and you're playing a role for them, that's the main thing.
One, I guess, for both of you actually, this year, there's obviously maybe a tricky balance to be had between white ball and red ball cricket. So for the next few months, do either of you have an idea of what would be your best scenario as far as balancing that and how you prepare for assuming you'll be going to England?
I got second innings to bowl. That's as far forward as I'm thinking. Then I got a few days off after that, so I don't know. So it's too far down the path to worry about at the minute. For us, we've got 10 wickets to take and win a test match in a series for Australia, and there's plenty of people in the back room with the staff and planning and obviously selection first and foremost. So for me personally, it's got a job to do over the next 2 days, and then the rest of it we can worry about later.
Do you have any thoughts on red ball, white ball?
No, I think we're, as a team, that I've been involved, white ball, red ball at the moment. We're all working really hard, and in all honesty, that's all you can do. and then the rest will take care of itself. So I'm sure the boys, whatever formats they're playing, they're going to work hard. But as Krat said, we need to get 10 wickets tomorrow first. So hopefully we can do that.
Was the stump Mike's picked up a good exchange between you and Dick Weller? Can you just talk us through that?
What do they pick up?
Well played.
Something about the Marsh brothers and things like that.
Yeah, he was chirping at me today a little bit. That's cricket. I was just kind of, yeah. He asked me earlier because Rajitha had a bung finger and he wanted tape on it, so I could have said no, but I didn't. I said, fine, spirit of the game. You're not a spinner, so go for it. Put the tape on it. So I just kept reminding him. I was just reminding him about that. It's the spirit of the game. Like, be careful, don't get too far ahead of yourself. So it was just friendly banter, nothing serious. Good cricket being played.
And Mitch, surprising hit wicket today. You don't see too many of those. When did you realise that wicket was a hit wicket?
When Paddy nearly flattened me when he came in and hugged me. I didn't see the ball on the ground. I don't think 10 of us saw it, but Paddy saw it. And
I thought he was so certain it was a nick that he was hugging you.
I wasn't even sure there was a noise. So, and then Nathan put the bail back on too quick that the umpires didn't even realise it was off. So, had to obviously see it on the replay. So, I didn't actually see it come off until Paddy made sure everyone knew about it.
Yeah, just Mitch, in terms of your return to form, is your challenge to try to narrow the gap between when you're fielding in rhythm and bowling quick and those sessions and that time when it's not happening for you?
Yeah, and stop listening to everyone. That's probably something I've done really well the last 4 weeks is not worry about. I think it probably wore me down a bit heading into New Year's, and then I got off all the social media and haven't read a paper in 4 or 5 weeks. So I think that's been the best thing for me. I feel quite refreshed, and as I said before, as long as I know I've got the backing of my teammates and I'm working hard, it'll change. It will turn eventually. If you're doing the right things, it can feel like it's a long way away, but things happen pretty quickly today, and a bit of luck goes a long way. And the wicket doctor sort of helps. So hopefully, the next couple of days is good for the group, and I can contribute again.
Mitch, how different is it to bowl a sustained short pitch spell on a wicket like the Gabba as compared to a slightly flatter wicket here? What are you trying to do differently on a flat wicket when you have to bowl a lot of bounces?
I guess the length probably changes a little bit depending on if it's faster or slower, and it was a different game obviously at the Gabba with the pink ball, and there's a bit more happening off the wicket and perhaps in the air. Here's obviously a bit flatter, and I think it got a little bit quicker from day 1 to 2 and 3. So I guess the mindset's still the same. It's still trying to run in and hit the deck hard and get it around the nose of the batsman, but conditions probably are the only one there. Whether the wicket, it might be a bit slower and you have to bowl a bit shorter, and if it's Uzi likes facing the net, so there's a lot of practice there.
What's the difference for a batsman then, to face a spell like that on a flat wicket as compared to the Gabba, where maybe you can trust the bounce a little more?
That's exactly right. You can trust the bounce of the Gabba, so you just kind of find it easy to get under. I think that's why we've seen a couple of guys, unfortunate as it is, to get hit on these wickets, because it goes a little bit up and down, makes it much tougher when someone's bowling short stuff, because you want to get underneath it, but if it doesn't get up, and it always gets up at the Gabba, but sometimes in these wickets it doesn't get up.
There's a couple there to get through, so let's keep it to one question each.
Usman, can you reflect a bit on the knee injury in the wake of Dubai, your previous 100, where not only important innings for Australia, but you look in complete control of your game and doing everything exactly as you'd like to, and I suppose coming back from that, was that, in hindsight, was that challenging to come back out of it and I suppose try and regain the rhythm that you thought you had, and then all of a sudden you couldn't play?
Yeah, it was, I guess, when I did come back. I still felt all right. I felt like I lost a little bit of momentum there. Those 6 weeks I was out. Can happen. I've said it many times, cricket's one of those games you can never look too far ahead, and you can never get too far ahead of yourself because it bites you in the backside so quickly. So, as Starkey said, you've got to keep your head down, worry about the next day, keep worrying about the next day. If you start looking too far ahead, go too far ahead of yourself, it can really change quickly. So, same thing now. The focus is on tomorrow, getting those 10 wickets.
Usman mentioned that maybe that hit wicket was the thing that sort of unlocked the wickets for him. Was the skied pull shot that landed between two fielders? It's just a little bit of luck you need to think that it's in and get yourself going?
Yeah, I think so. You always need a bit of luck in this game. It's one of those things. To be honest, I was just out there trying to score runs for the team and trying to get runs for the team. I wasn't worried about myself. Even when Dick Weller was getting into me, I couldn't care less, really. I was just trying to get us into a position because we knew we had so many runs on the board, courtesy of all the guys that batted in that first innings and batted so well. It takes a little bit of pressure off you in the second innings, and then we knew we were going to bowl at some period that night. So, you definitely need luck in this game. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But at the end of the day, you still got to bowl well, still got to bat well, still got to field well. So that's all there is to it.
Usman, can you, I suppose, compare your emotions now, having scored the ton, to say a couple of days earlier? I mean, do you feel like the weight of the world's off your shoulders a bit?
Look, I as a team, I was really happy last game that we won. I didn't contribute. I felt like I was batting really well and then chopped on and we won the game. It was awesome. We obviously lost a couple of games against India, which always hurt a little bit more. So for me, as a team moving forward, I was just really happy with the win. And then the way the guys set up the first innings was frustrating for me as an individual, but then see all the other guys, KP and Eddie, get their first hundreds. I know that feeling. It's the best feeling ever. And I was so happy for both of them. And then see Joey back in the team, who I'm obviously pretty good mates with. It still made a pretty crappy day for me. Pretty good to see them guys set up that game. And when they did that, you know you're in the chance to win another test match. And there's no feeling like winning a test match. And then obviously getting 100 in a test match and hopefully setting up another game that we can hopefully win. That's obviously the ultimate feeling for the team and for yourself.
Mitch, last question.
I think Tim has spoken a bit this summer about one of the main challenges for you has been the ball's just not swinging too much. And you mentioned before that they were swinging a bit more today. Was there something you had to do different today, or you did different today to create that movement?
The wicket doctor. No, as I said, I've done a bit of work throughout the year with Andre at New South Wales and caught up with him for a good hour before we got together for the Sri Lankan series, and it was great just to chat to him more about getting that feeling back rather than having to do anything technically. I've played enough cricket now to know what works and doesn't work, and to go back to little things that I guess sort of set me straight. And it was more getting that feeling of the ball coming out of the hand nicely and all the timing and rhythm back. That, to be fair, I felt the rhythms felt quite good throughout the summer. It's just perhaps little things haven't been quite there that resulted in a few weeks of not so good stuff. So it's been great to chat to him and even to Mitch Johnson and a few other guys close to me that I've worked with over the years, just to get that mindset back, not so much of the technical side of thing, but just finding something to help contribute to the team and play a role. And that's probably what I came into this week thinking, is just to run in and try and bowl really fast and try and create something there to help create chances for the team. And it was still a lot of things to work on, I guess, or to get better at. But just to get some of that feeling back and help contribute in the wickets column, but to create chances on a flat wicket. And as Uzi said, it's all working in one direction to try and get another win. It's not about taking 10 wickets and losing a game. If you can play a role, it's the best part.